The story begins deep beneath the ocean, where a submarine team of scientists is on a dangerous mission. They're searching for DNA from the Indominus Rex, a massive hybrid dinosaur that once caused unimaginable destruction. After a tense search, they finally recover a bone sample containing the dinosaur's DNA. They quickly send it up to their team waiting above the surface. But before they can escape, disaster strikes. Out of the darkness, a gigantic Tyrannosaurus Rex suddenly appears and attacks the submarine. Within seconds, the sub is swallowed whole, killing everyone inside. Up on the surface, the support crew loses contact. They panic, desperately trying to re-establish communication. One technician continues calling out to the team below, but then he senses something behind him. He slowly turns around and freezes. Standing there is a massive dinosaur. Terrified, he runs for his life, but in the chaos, he drops the control device that keeps several dinosaurs locked inside their cages. The system shuts down, and the cage doors swing open. Dozens of dinosaurs break free. The scientist barely makes it to the helicopter. He grabs onto the landing gear as it lifts off, escaping the chaos below. It looks like he might survive. But suddenly, a massive dinosaur leaps out of nowhere and devours him in a single bite. The helicopter crew barely escapes with their lives. Cut to 3 years later, we return to Jurassic World, the island where dinosaurs once ran wild and destroyed everything in their path. The park is long gone, abandoned after the catastrophic events from years ago. But the danger isn't over. Scientists now warn that a massive volcanic eruption is imminent. When it happens, every dinosaur left on the island will die. A government meeting is held. Politicians debate the issue and ultimately decide not to intervene. Saving the dinosaurs would cost billions of dollars, and they pose a serious threat to human life. So the decision is made. Let nature take its course. Let the dinosaurs go extinct again. In the next scene, we meet Claire, who now runs a dinosaur protection organization. She receives a call from Benjamin Lockwood, a wealthy businessman and former partner of Jurassic Park's founders. He invites her to his estate to discuss an urgent matter. When Claire arrives, she's greeted by Lockwood's caretaker, Eli Mills. Soon she meets Benjamin himself. Lockwood explains that it has always been his dream to see dinosaurs live peacefully, far away from humans. He doesn't want them to suffer another extinction. He reveals his plan: relocate all the surviving dinosaurs to a private island sanctuary before the volcano erupts. Eli then emphasizes that one species is especially important to save: the velociraptors. They are faster, smarter, and more dangerous than the others. To rescue them, Claire knows there's only one person who can help: Owen. Owen once worked at Jurassic World as the trainer of the velociraptors. He shares a unique bond with one of them in particular, Blue. When Claire asks Owen to return to the island, he refuses. He doesn't want to relive the past. But then Claire asks him one simple question: are you really going to leave Blue there to die? That's when everything changes. Owen can't abandon Blue. He raised her from birth. The bond they share is real. And just like that, he agrees to go back to the island, back to the danger, back to the dinosaurs. Claire and Owen head toward Jurassic World with their team. Along with them are Zia, a skilled paleo-veterinarian, and Franklin, a nervous but talented hacker. When they arrive on the island, they notice something strange. Another rescue team is already there, working ahead of them. Soon they move deeper into Jurassic World. Using the tracking device implanted in Blue, Franklin successfully pinpoints her location. Owen teams up with Ken Wheatley, the man in charge of security, and they head out to find her. After a tense journey, they finally locate Blue. Owen slowly approaches her, using the same hand signals and techniques he once used when she was younger. He tries to remind her of the bond they once shared. Blue, however, is more aggressive now, hardened by survival. Owen keeps speaking calmly, trying to earn her trust. But before he can fully reconnect with her, Wheatley's soldiers suddenly shoot Blue with a tranquilizer. Owen is furious. Before he can react, Wheatley shoots Owen as well, knocking him unconscious. They load Blue up and leave Owen behind. In the next scene, Claire and Franklin are still inside the control building, trying to track the remaining dinosaurs. Suddenly, the volcano erupts. The entire building begins shaking violently. Cracks split through the walls. Debris falls everywhere. They rush toward the exit, but a system malfunction causes the main doors to lock shut. Panic sets in. Franklin frantically works the controls and finally manages to open a secondary door that leads outside into the jungle. But the moment it opens, a dinosaur storms inside. It begins chasing them through the collapsing building. Barely escaping with their lives, Claire and Franklin manage to trap the dinosaur inside and make it out just in time. Meanwhile, Owen regains consciousness. He's surrounded by fire. Lava is flowing dangerously close. A large herbivorous dinosaur stumbles near him, snapping him fully awake. As Owen sees the flames and molten lava closing in, fear hits him hard. He runs. Along the way, he reunites with Claire, Franklin, and Zia. Together, they try to escape the island. But they're not alone. Dinosaurs are also running in every direction, trying to escape the eruption. The ground shakes violently. Ash fills the air. Owen quickly realizes that running alongside the dinosaurs is too dangerous. They could easily be trampled to death. So they hide. They find a reinforced safety van and climb inside. It's built to withstand heavy impact. Owen is just about to get in when suddenly the door slams shut. A terrifying carnivorous dinosaur approaches him, preparing to attack. But before it can strike, a massive Tyrannosaurus Rex bursts onto the scene. The T-Rex attacks the predator, overpowering and killing it. Then, driven by instinct and fear of the eruption, the T-Rex moves on without harming Owen. Reaching the island's shore, they see a ship loading captured dinosaurs. Realizing this is their only chance to survive, they sneak aboard using one of the transport trucks. As the ship sails away, the volcano completely engulfs the island. The remaining dinosaurs are wiped out. Owen watches helplessly, heartbroken. Inside the ship, they discover that Zinga is treating Blue. She explains that Blue has lost too much blood. To save her life, they need a blood transfusion from a compatible dinosaur species. Owen risks everything. He manages to extract blood from a sedated Tyrannosaurus and brings it back to Zinga. The treatment begins. Blue's life hangs in the balance. Meanwhile, Claire starts investigating where the dinosaurs are actually being transported. When she sees the ship approaching Benjamin Lockwood's estate, she realizes the terrible truth. This was never about saving the dinosaurs. Lockwood, or at least the people working for him, planned to sell them for profit. Claire understands now. They've been betrayed. Next, we meet Maisie, a young girl who happens to be Benjamin Lockwood's granddaughter. When Maisie discovers that the dinosaurs are not being relocated to a safe island, but instead are being sold on the black market, she confronts her grandfather. Benjamin is shocked. He tells Maisie there must be some misunderstanding. He insists he would never allow such a thing. He gently sends her back to her room, then immediately calls Eli Mills to demand an explanation. And that's when the truth comes out. The plan to sell the dinosaurs was never Benjamin's idea. It was Eli's. Now that his secret is exposed, Eli panics. To protect himself and his operation, he murders Benjamin Lockwood and locks Maisie in her room. Maisie begins to realize something is terribly wrong. She manages to escape her room and sneaks into her grandfather's chamber, only to find him dead. Heartbroken, she stands there in shock. Meanwhile, Owen and Claire attempt to break into the estate to stop what's happening, but security captures them and throws them into a holding cell. Inside the cell, Owen hears something strange coming from the one next to him. When he looks closer, he sees a small, angry baby dinosaur locked inside. Thinking fast, Owen agitates the baby dinosaur, provoking it until it violently slams into the shared wall, cracking it. With enough force, the wall collapses. Owen and Claire escape. They rush to find Benjamin, hoping he can still stop the auction. Instead, they run into Maisie, who tearfully tells them her grandfather is gone. She then leads them down to the basement, and that's where they see it, a secret underground auction. The world's wealthiest businessmen are gathered, bidding on live dinosaurs, weapons disguised as assets. Among them is the same scientist responsible for creating the Indominus Rex years ago. And he's done it again. He has engineered a new hybrid dinosaur, even more powerful, more intelligent, and far more dangerous. The crowd is impressed. The bids skyrocket. Seeing the demand, Eli even agrees to sell the prototype hybrid itself. Owen watches in horror. He knows exactly what this means. A hybrid like this in the wrong hands would be catastrophic. These buyers don't want conservation, they want control, so Owen decides to shut it down. He heads off to cut the power. On the way, he runs into the same baby dinosaur that helped him escape earlier. Once again, Owen uses the little dinosaur's aggression to create chaos, guiding it toward the auction floor. The baby dinosaur bursts into the room and starts attacking. Panic explodes. People scream and scatter in every direction. Ken Wheatley rushes inside when he sees the chaos. He approaches the sedated hybrid dinosaur and attempts to extract one of its teeth, a trophy worth millions on the black market. But there's one problem. The hybrid was never fully unconscious. It was pretending. The moment Wheatley touches it, the hybrid awakens. In a brutal instant, it kills and devours him. Elsewhere, the scientist who created the hybrid tries to escape with valuable DNA samples, but Franklin jumps him from behind and knocks him unconscious. Soon, armed security guards storm in to arrest Franklin and Zaya. Desperate, Zaya and Franklin manage to open Blue's cage. Blue steps out, and she remembers. The guards were the ones who shot her on the island. She attacks them without hesitation. Gunfire erupts. During the chaos, stray bullets hit a hydrogen tank, causing a massive explosion. The blast shakes the entire basement. Blue survives. Zaya and Franklin survive. But their nightmare isn't over. A toxic gas begins leaking into the basement facility, spreading quickly. Franklin desperately tries to stop it before it kills every dinosaur still locked in their cages. And in another part of the mansion, Owen comes face to face with the deadly hybrid dinosaur. Owen grabs Claire and Maisie, and they run. To escape the hybrid dinosaur, Owen shuts off the lights, hoping the darkness will give them an advantage. For a moment, it works, but then Franklin accidentally reboots the system. The lights flick back on, and the hybrid sees them. It lets out a terrifying roar and charges. Maisie is completely frozen with fear. Screaming, she breaks away and runs toward her bedroom. The hybrid hears her cries. It ignores Owen and Claire and goes after Maisie. Claire panics and tells Owen to save her. Without hesitation, Owen runs. In the next scene, Maisie is hiding in her room, trembling. The hybrid stalks the hallway, tracking her by scent. It finds her. Just as it's about to strike, Owen bursts in. He opens fire, shooting again and again at the creature. But then click, he's out of bullets. The hybrid slowly turns toward him and begins advancing, and that's when Blue arrives. She launches herself at the hybrid, attacking with everything she has. Using that moment, Owen grabs Maisie and escapes. Behind them, a brutal fight erupts between Blue and the hybrid. But Blue is overpowered. The hybrid slams her aside, injuring her badly, then resumes hunting Owen and Maisie. They race up to the glass rooftop of the mansion. The hybrid follows. As it steps onto the glass ceiling, cracks begin spreading beneath its massive weight. The structure starts collapsing, and at that exact moment, Blue returns. With one final burst of strength, she tackles the hybrid. The glass shatters. Both dinosaurs crash down into the main hall below. The hybrid lands directly onto a massive dinosaur skeleton display. The sharp fossil bones pierce straight through its body. The monster is finally dead. Blue survives, but the danger isn't over. Down in the basement, toxic gas continues spreading rapidly. Franklin tells Owen there's nothing he can do. A system failure makes it impossible to stop the leak. The gas fills the cages. The dinosaurs begin suffocating. Their cries echo through the halls. Claire stands in front of the control panel, ready to open the cages and set them free. But Owen stops her. He reminds her that just beyond the estate lies a human community. If she releases them, people could die. Claire hesitates. Tears fill her eyes. She can't do it. The dinosaurs continue gasping, trapped. And then, Maisie steps forward. She looks at the dying creatures and makes a choice. They're alive, like me, and she presses the button. The cage doors open. The dinosaurs run free, escaping into the world. They are saved. In the final scenes, we see something unbelievable. Dinosaurs roaming across cities, flying above highways, standing beside lions in the wild. The world has changed. Humans and dinosaurs now share the same planet, and a new era has begun. The age of dinosaurs is no longer in the past, it's the present. The world will never be the same again. If this gave you chills, hit subscribe and join the adventure. Like the video and share it with someone who loves dinosaurs as much as you do, because the story is far from over.